Hey folks, I hope we're all doing swimmingly. Today I'm going to be talking about how to calm ourselves down. I have done a video on self-soothing before, but I feel like that was pre-lockdown back at the beginning of the year. And now we've kind of been in and out of lockdowns, local lockdowns. I mean, I know it's different all around the world, but now that I've actually had to put quite a lot of different techniques into practice, how to kind of soothe myself, calm myself down and release tension and things like that, I thought I would update you on 5 tips, 5 things I've found really help. I hope you're keeping well and safe and all that jazz. So let's get straight on into it with my first tip, which is find in your body where you hold tension and stress and anxieties. For me personally, it is shoulders and neck. Like, to an extreme, shoulders and neck is where it all ends up. I feel like, without getting too airy-fairy, everything is connected. We don't realise quite how much our mental health affects our physical health, and how well we're doing mentally can affect how well we're doing physically. Like I say, for me, I'm holding tension here, I'm holding tension here, and it's constant. Like, I always feel strain in my neck, and sometimes it's really uncomfortable. So of an evening, what I've been doing is using an oil and massaging my neck and doing a chest and neck and shoulder massage on myself. I'll leave some YouTube videos down below of some ones that I've really been enjoying. I know you can go and get a professional massage, but you know, sometimes you can't if it's in lockdown, if you can't afford it and all that. And my favourite oil to use, favourite by an absolute mile, like I've got quite a few body oils I really like, but for this purpose, the Osea Vagus Nerve Oil. This bad boy, this oil has done me so well. I keep one in my bedside drawer. I actually think I've just finished, let's get my empties bag over there. This stuff is the bomb diggity. This video, as you can see, is really kindly sponsored by Osea, who are a wonderful vegan and cruelty-free family-owned business. I love them, everything about them, so I feel really honoured and great that they've sponsored this video. This is game-changing. If you do hold stress in your neck and your shoulders like me, if you spend long hours at a desk and you find your neck starts to ache, if you know someone who spends long hours at a desk and their neck is aching and their back is aching or their shoulders are aching, this would make such a lovely gift. It's just a beautiful blend. I basically get a little pump. You can control how much comes out as well, which I love. Pop it in my hands and I just take a few breaths, and then I'll start to work it down the neck. And obviously I can't really do this right now properly because I've got a blouse on, but I'll just be wearing a strappy top, and I'll go from the behind the ears all the way down the neck and do the back of the neck as well, and then I'll do my shoulders and sort of tap along my chest as well, all the while kind of breathing in the scent. And it smells like, because I know you'll be thinking, what does it smell like? I wish it was smell-o-vision and you could smell it, but that doesn't exist at the moment. Maybe at some point in the future, but right now it doesn't exist. But it smells like lemon balm. It isn't citrusy, but it smells like lemon balm, and if you've never smelt lemon balm before, then it's probably quite hard to. It's like quite an earthy, nettly kind of aromatherapy scent. And lemon balm for me is quite nostalgic because we used to have it in our back garden when I was a wee child. And it's like you rub your fingers on the leaf and then you can smell the kind of lemony, leafy scent. It's just a very nice overall experience. Even right now I can feel my neck just kind of everything. I don't know what it is. It's some kind of magic that just lets you unwind. And your vagus nerve is, I didn't know what my vagus nerve was before I started trying this, but it's basically a nerve. I'm not a scientist, but it's a nerve that goes from your brain all the way down to your colon or your gut. It basically goes all the way through you, and I think it's involved in the relaxation response and the stress response. So if you feel stressed, it makes sense that you feel it in your body because it's a innate response. If you do yoga as well, you can use this in yoga practice. I've seen some people kind of pop it behind their ears, and when you're doing the breathing whilst doing your yoga and stretching, it's kind of like that aromatherapy experience as well. So yeah, that's tip number 1. Find where you hold tension and try and ease that tension along. The second thing that's really been helping me out probably sounds quite self-indulgent, but actually it's not. It's skincare, but it's morning skincare and doing my morning skincare a bit of a habit, because I never did my morning skincare anything really, apart from SPF, which I wear every day. I didn't really do that much, but over lockdown and over just the past few weeks and months, actually, I guess months, yeah, we're in October, blimey, oh god, time flies when you're sat at home doing nothing. But I really have made an effort I put all my morning skincare on my bedside table and just using a nice facial spritz, and a really nice hyaluronic acid, dabbing it underneath my eyes, tapping, kind of doing a bit of a face massage at the same time. It's just taking a few minutes for yourself, you know what I mean? And I think I've said before about how like the sensation of touch when you're feeling lonely and you're feeling disconnected, which I think most people have experienced loneliness over the past few months. Touching your body and just like reconnecting with your body, I find really, really helpful and important at feeling better. And that goes for your face as well. And if you are going to do a face massage, make sure you use something on your skin, like a serum or an oil first. I love the Osea Hydrating Oil, by the way. Just saying, that's not sponsored, but I also love the Pai Rosehip Oil as well. Delicious. Pampering yourself, soothing yourself, talking to yourself kindly, you know. Nails as well. Nail varnish is something that I've taken very seriously over the past few months and trying to grow my natural nails. Like I say, it sounds really frivolous, but sometimes in these dire days where it's very, very much doom and gloom, you've got to just count the little things, and sometimes it is the frivolous things like painting your nails a nice colour. This is actually the Orly breathable polish, which I've got a whole video on my favourite nail varnishes, but this is what I'm wearing at the moment in white tips. It's one of my fave formulas. But yeah, doing your nails sounds stupid, but it really does help. Skincare, nails, for me, it's really, really been helpful at just calming me down, soothing myself and all that jazz. Third thing that's really been helping over the past few months is getting a good night's sleep. And I'm not gonna lie, I have been going to bed pretty early because I haven't really been doing anything. I haven't been out in a very long time. Not that I used to go out very often anyway, but I think when you have lots of thoughts running through your head, when you're feeling really tense, even though you want sleep, sleep will not come. Something I've been finding really helpful to wind down of an evening, this is going to sound really lame, but Sudokus. Screw the pub. Sudoku. This is where the real fun is. Sudokus are my new obsession. I love Sudokus, and that's that. I've got this big book of 200, is it 200? Yeah, no, 300, wow, 300 to get through. And I do pretty much one a night. I've found that the more tired I get, the less I'm able to finish them. Oh, so usually I'll open this up, finish last night's one, then start another one, then fall asleep. Sometimes I fall asleep sitting upright with this book in front of me, and I'll wake up an hour later with a pen in my hand, kind of like literally droop down like an old man, fallen asleep, sat up in his sitting chair. But it's fine, because it really does unwind the brain. They're supposed to be good for your just mental maths and it's not mental maths. Basically, if you haven't done a Sudoku before, it's a basic puzzle, but some of them are actually quite tricky. You have to use process of elimination. Each box has to be 1 to 9, the numbers 1 to 9. Each line up and down has to be 1 to 9, but you can't repeat the same number in the same box or the same line. I love them. I know these had like a big craze a few years ago, but if colouring doesn't wind you down, or I know colouring in is a big thing at the moment, or crosswords or anything, I recommend Sudokus. And also a pillow spray, and like obviously I use the vagus nerve oil before bed anyway, but they also do a pillow mist in the vagus nerve oil scent. So if you're not really into oils or anything, or you don't want to get your clothes dirty, or it does, for me it doesn't transfer at all, but if you're just not a fan of oils on your skin, I really recommend the pillow mist. It's very, very good. It's the same scent, it's just a different way of using it. You spray it on your pillow a few times and then inhale the sensual scent. Second to last, the fourth thing I wanted to talk about is tidying up. It's been a bit of a trend over lockdown to do declutter videos, and I've said before I'm not a big fan of the whole decluttering trend. I understand people having clear outs, but kind of decluttering just to then do a huge haul, like making a video decluttering and then next video being a huge haul. I just find that kind of mentality not so great. But I think tidying up, the life-changing magic of tidying up, they weren't kidding. They were not kidding. Like the mental stress that comes off of things that are not tidy is real. It really is real, and it saves you so much time and stress by having less out and less stuff. Like I'm only talking from my own personal experience, and I'm literally talking to myself saying, Rebecca, you don't need all this stuff out. You don't need it all out. Just be a bit more selective. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm never going to be a minimalist and never going to have completely clear surfaces everywhere, but I found sorting my stuff in a way that just storing it a lot better, so that the stuff I need is at the surface, so I don't have to, like, I used to not be able to get ready without literally trashing my room just because I'd pull out a million different things that I haven't stored properly, and my makeup would be everywhere and stuff like that. So I think just being a bit more logical, taking the time, because let's face it, we have had the gift of time over the past few months, so sorting my stuff out, tidying up, it has been a huge help for me mentally, which sounds odd, but it's just clicked recently that, oh my gosh, I can save myself so much stress and time by just being a bit more organised with my things. And also a caveat to that is don't declutter and clear your stuff out only to buy new stuff. When I feel stressed and anxious, I have realised that my behavioural response is often, oh, let me just browse on Depop. Let me just have a little look online. Like, it used to be shopping at Primark and buying 30 things in one big bag. Thankfully, I've moved away from that. However, it still triggers something in me to be like, oh, let's shop for comfort. Let's shop to ease this kind of like tension within. And it doesn't bloody work. I'm telling you firsthand, it does not work. It's no long-term solution. Retail therapy is a vicious cycle. I actually popped a post on Instagram about the mental health impacts of consumer buying and consumer, like, just shopping addictions, I guess. Yeah, that's something I've had to just be quite self-reflective about and be like, no, don't buy any more stuff. You don't need it and it's not bringing you any joy. So even if it is secondhand stuff, even if it is cruelty-free beauty, like, you don't need it. Consumption is not therapy. Amen. My fifth and final tip is to quite simply listen to yourself. Listen to how you're feeling. It sounds very la-di-da, but listen to your body and listen to how you are feeling, and don't try and push it away. Like, if you're feeling really tense and you're feeling really anxious and you're feeling really stressed, don't try and be like, oh, I shouldn't feel stressed and I shouldn't feel anxious. Like, I'm super duper lucky. For me personally, I never want to be seen as, probably quite an English thing, but I never want to seem like I'm not coping, no matter how like dire the circumstances in a global pandemic with, you know, lots of other things going on as well. I think that sometimes you just got to be kind to yourself and be like, okay, how am I feeling? Why am I feeling? Talk it out, write it out. Don't bottle it up and try and convince yourself you're not feeling a certain way. Like, obviously there are lots of different ways you can soothe yourself and calm yourself, but listening to yourself and realising why you feel this way, and actually it's a completely normal response to the current circumstance. So be kind to yourself, treat yourself nicely, feed yourself well. And I've definitely been feeding myself well over the past few months, not gonna lie. But yeah, I really hope any of these tips were useful, and if they were, please do give this video a little thumbs up and comment down below if you've got any tips of your own. Thank you again to Osea for sponsoring this video. Like I say, big fan, huge fan, and I will leave any information down below. I think I have a code as well down below if you want to get some money off some Osea bits, so I'll pop that in the down bar. Check it out if you fancy, and yeah, please do subscribe if you want to see some more from me, and hopefully I'll see you very soon. Bye.